beyond injury time again. So this is the new year, of course, and we had people 2 weeks away. So obviously we did not have any meaningful content, of course. but we are back.
But we are here to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
yeah,
everyone.
Happy New Year.
Hope that's a Happy New Year for all of us here. But obviously that's not going to be the case. There are going to be sad faces, which we are going to discuss, of course, in this particular episode of the podcast. We had Amit, who came back from Bali. Of course, he took a dive
See the tan
in the
look, huh?
sea because he was so happy and just taking them to newer heights with Spurs. And then we have Manish, United fan, went to a meditation center for 10 days away from the world. So to
भाई मोह माया है सब, फुटबॉल सब मोह माया है.
to contrasting people here, and yeah, Manish was not there to see United crumble. So
Again.
bad that way. But yeah,
Again.
we'll talk about all that. We'll talk how the past 2 game weeks have gone. We also have the January transfer window opening up, so there are going to be ins and outs. A lot of loan deals basically for teams. So yeah, I'd like to start with Abhay Maheshwari for a reason that I'm taking a lot of joy out of how Arsenal are doing currently. So I just want to hear, I mean, what's happening, bro? What's up with you guys?
भाई पहले तो मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा, फॉर द फर्स्ट थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू से इज दैट कतई हरामी है भाई, कतई हरामी है. इतने गंदे एल लगे हुए हैं भाई, गंदे एल लगे हुए हैं.
Referee.
क्या किसको देंगे?
Getting United and you're used to it, but so here's what's happened.
कहीं पिच कहीं ज्यादा वेट तो नहीं थी ना?
Look at you, look at it was literally wet. Okay, I can come up with another article which says even Real Madrid का players had said when they had come to play against you people. एक टाइम पे जब तुम CL खेलते थे. कोई नहीं. Now so here's what's happened. The elephant got up to the tree. He was sitting on top, and it had to fall. It's pathetic, the joke that's coming, but that's what's happened with us. And frankly speaking, the 1-1 draw with Liverpool, I was happy with, because we actually gave a good fight. Against West Ham also, despite the result where we lost 2-0, I was like, ठीक है, we are creating chances. There are chances being created, right? एक वार्निंग बेल मेरे को आई थी एक्चुअली उससे भी पहले अगेंस्ट लूटन टाउन, which was some time back, right? Correct. Where we won 4-3, where we just won 4-3. उस टाइम ऐसा था कि we actually didn't play well, and that was Luton Town. And then I was like, okay, this is concerning, right? But against Fulham, तो bro, it's like हम बच गए कि हम सिर्फ 2-1 हारे. हम बच गए कि हम सिर्फ 2-1 हारे. It's भाई pathetic, like out of ideas. Our players are absolutely run through the ground, ठीक है? And Mr. Arteta, this I've had a problem with him for a long period of time कि उसको squad management आता नहीं है. And I've come to accept कि Howard क्या कर रहा है मेरे को नहीं मालूम. We spent 65 million pounds on him, ladies and gentlemen. And अभी recently मेरे को पता चला he's the highest earner at Arsenal as well, and I'm like, oh my god,
oh wow, this
is where teams fall. Like सारा बजट तुम उधर allocate कर दिए भाई. क्या 300 के कैसे?
But I'll tell you one thing, जो यूनाइटेड की हाल है, अगर आर्सेनल के in and around वैसे हाल होता ना, you would also receive the similar amount of criticism, if not more.
No, he would still be earning less than Anthony Martial, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's earning more than Anthony Martial, yaar.
Oh, then there's a problem, yaar.
350.
Seriously, how much? 350.
But he's earning less than Jadon Sancho though. So there's that.
Okay.
Then some saving.
No, the issue is you have to agree that United makes more money, right? Way more money. Commercially, they're way more successful.
Yeah.
तो ये लोग हर साल थोड़ी गलतियां कर सकते हैं.
They can handle that one.
हाँ, हम गलती किए ना भाई. We are down the race. And it's so bad that people are actually remembering Xhaka, and I'm like, भाई कैसे? ठीक है, he was a great passer. He's a leader of men, but he's a very limited player in terms of the way he presses and does everything. this is a testament to how shit Havertz has been in terms of passing the ball forward. कि भाई ऐसा लग रहा है शाका को
याद
बुला
आ
लो.
रहा है.
It's like वो है ना कि क्या बोलते हैं कि एक बार चला गया तो याद आ रही है करके. It's that. But I mean,
Havertz is scoring, no, these days, no?
नहीं,
Arteta backs him massively.
No,
I
no,
have not
it's
seen Arteta back a player like that. I mean, every time
he
the
has that.
entire team
Oh, no,
performs
no.
and
No.
Havertz score a
Arteta
goal.
has.
Oh, who was that player, man? He just loves. What is that guy? In
Bro,
our.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Arteta has this thing कि अगर मैं player को खरीदा हूँ, like most managers, I give him the most time. And when he says most time, कुछ ज्यादा ही दे देता है. He backed William for of all reasons. मैं तो ऐसे चेल्सी से कोई प्लेयर लेना ही नहीं है. क्यों कर रही हो भाई तुम? उनकी मरी पड़ी है. वो 10th में है, वो 12th में, उनसे प्लेयर और लेना भी है तो उनका बेस्ट प्लेयर लो ना. उनका बेस्ट प्लेयर लेने की कोशिश करो.
वो देंगे थोड़ी ना
Champions
भाई.
League winner.
Huh?
Havertz
हाँ
was a
भाई.
Champions League winner and scored in the
Exactly.
final.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll be
I was
very
very
honest.
happy when Arsenal took Havertz, man. He was like praised for
Very
what
happy.
not. Like just having mantra of Havertz and
No. So also there's a huge difference in the Havertz of the Bundesliga and Havertz of the Premier League. I do not know what Chelsea has done to him. Bundesliga, he was a great passer of the ball. Abhi, he's forgotten how to pass in terms of the weight of the pass, where the ball should be passed. Aage wo, he's so conservative with his passing. Like between the lines, to kabhi pass karega hi nahi. And I actually think, okay, he's had 6 months, right? He's had 6 months. But if he stays for a longer period of time, I think it's a big game of confidence also, because over the period of time I've seen him improve in terms of physical duels and all of that. But the issue is, if you want to fight for the title, if you have that ambitions, you cannot bet in a player like that, right? तुम अगर सोच रहे हो कि मैं next to next year करेगा या next year करेगा, then it's all right. Also, Arteta, for all the money he spent, in terms of the money he spent on attackers, it's abysmal भाई. 50-60 million pound, 70 million pound कुछ spend किया है वो.
नहीं,
So
मेरे
तब
को
से
question है. I have a very genuine question.
Me too also.
I have a very genuine question. I'll tell you. This is a two-part question actually. First thing is, I don't think Bundesliga is a very good, very good place where you can judge a player based on his passing and how you can gauge how that person can perform in the Premier League. The last guy who actually did that successfully was Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he was an elite passer at Wolfsburg and then he joined City, and that was intensive scouting again by City. But when it comes to Havertz, I feel Bundesliga is quite open. I mean, we have suffered with Jadon Sancho. That is first question. Second question is, if Arsenal were expecting an elite passer to replace Xhaka, then they would have taken the reference from his time at Chelsea, and yet they brought him in. I mean,
Chelsea.
No. So here's what's happened. The idea was to bed him till next year. Okay. कि धीरे धीरे उसको बनाएंगे because he has the ability. And I do understand when you say कि Bundesliga से आता है तो वो नहीं रहती है. But in terms of a person who's a good passer of the ball, right? If he's a great runner with the ball and he attacks spaces, he scores goals, open goals, it's a different thing. But in terms of just pure passing, that skill, अगर उसको negate करने का है, बहुत मेहनत लगती है. And Chelsea have done that very well, right? Chelsea has done very well. Now that and now the thing is, Havertz was as it is supposed to play in the diamond, front of the diamond. दिक्कत ये हुआ कि भाई हमारा मेन जो मेन स्टे होना था पासिंग का, that was supposed to be Thomas Partey. He's the glue by far, by easily he's the glue. And how do I say, how the way the money was spent was not nice, yeah, not nice at all. Because अगर तुम्हें खरीदना भी था ये तो थोड़ा सस्ते में खरीद लेते. Now you don't have any money and now you're going to cry. And you want a left back now, and you had such a good left back in Tierney. अब तुम बोलते हो मेरे को left back भी चाहिए. Arteta has been consistently signing players. One big problem with Arteta is कि जब तक उसे कोई घाव देता नहीं है, till he's hurt, till he has lost something, till that time he doesn't change. Yeah, he doesn't change. वो Rob Holding by Crystal Palace में एक गेम नहीं खेल रहा है पूरा 90 minutes. And he was there in a title challenge in February, bhai. भाई in Crystal Palace that was fighting for relegation कुछ time back पहले तक, और उसको रिप्लेस नहीं किया. The thing is, because of this, a few players are, let's just say, उनका performances भी dip हो रहा है. Like मार्टिनेली, साका, गैब्रियल जीसस, इनमें से सिर्फ साका है शायद जो 5 गोल से ज्यादा मारा है, कोई और मारा ही नहीं. हाउ कैन दिस फ्रंट लाइन बी ट्राइंग
Also,
टू
Odegaard is not performing to his standards. Like,
नो, ओडेगार्ड हैज स्टार्टेड राइट नाउ, राइट. ओडेगार्ड अभी डीपर खेलने लगा बिकॉज पार्टी नहीं है, तो वो पीछे से कंटेक्ट करता है राइस के साथ, राइट. एंड पीपल कीप सेइंग कि अरे राइस आया तो नीचे गए हैं, ऐसा सब बोल रहे हैं. बट एक्चुअली स्पीकिंग, द रीजन वी आर स्टिल एट 4th एंड नॉट वे बिलो इज बिकॉज ऑफ राइस, गैब्रियल मगलहाइस एंड सलीबा. ये 3 लोग हैं, है ना. And I keep making fun of Onana quite a bit in terms of his shot stopping and whatnot. But मैं recently Raya का देखा and I'm like, bro, he's letting in goals left, right, center.
भाई
He's, है ना.
Arteta has 2 first team keepers, man. It should not be
चेंज कर लो,
No,
रैमसडेल को ले आओ.
here's the thing. Raya also, he asked himself, right? So he's going to support him to the hilt. एक बार बस वो खेला है रैम्सडेल, जब हम ब्रेंटफोर्ड के अगेंस्ट खेले थे और रूल्स कहते हैं कि लोन प्लेयर नहीं खेल सकता.
रामसडेल ने क्या छोड़ दिए भाई उसको?
अरे भाई मैं
वो
बता रहा
नहीं
हूँ
खिला
ना,
रहा उसको.
मैं बता रहा हूँ कि so with Arteta it's a thing that it's my way or the highway. कुछ ना कुछ गलती किया, but you have to understand this is not City भाई कि my way or the highway. अगर प्लेयर नहीं चला, मेरी बात नहीं मान रहा, बेच दो. This he's also done with Nicolas Pepe, right? I'm not saying Nicolas Pepe would have been a starter for us, but he would have been a very good first choice option off the bench. Really good in terms of pace.
ये कितने में बेचा तुम लोगों ने उसको?
हाँ,
कितने में निकाला तुम लोग?
हुआ है भाई, तुम मत बोलना. तुम लोग नेबी कीटा के साथ क्या किए हो, बताओ मेरे को जरा. है
भाई बहुत खिलाया उसको, ठीक है, वो
क्या
खेल
खिलाया है भाई?
क्या
पूरे
भाई,
टाइम
क्लास
पे बैठा
यार,
रहता
तो
था.
क्लास का
क्या
बना था
player
तो हम
का
कुछ
नाम
कर
बोल?
तो नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन बंदे ने टाइटल चैलेंज जो था ना हमारा, जब हम लोग बिल्कुल एंड तक गए थे, सब मैचेस खेले थे, वो उस वाले साल सब कुछ खेला है वो, जब हम एक्चुअली सिर्फ चैंपियंस लीग और पीएल दोनों जीत सकते थे और जीत नहीं पाए थे, काफी
देख, उसने
दुखदाई.
हमें एक पोजीशन पे एफए कप जिताया. जा जा,
अरे ठीक है,
हम लोग
एंजॉय
मरे नहीं.
भाई, मैं तो
भाई
बोल रहा हूँ एंजॉय.
Brentford, that who is the manager of Brentford, he told right कि Raya can play even at number 10, right? So
No,
maybe
he's
Havertz
not.
cannot pass, then maybe you should play Raya there.
Bhai, to be fair, I kid you not, Raya has better passing than Havertz, easy peasy, eyes
Oh my
closed.
God.
है
You
ना?
know, but on the serious note,
बात करते
one
हैं
thing
आर्सेनल वाले, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं भाई.
नहीं
मेरे को एक
I
रोना और रोना है भाई.
हाँ.
इतना गंदा स्क्वाड प्लानिंग कैसे भाई, कैसे, हाउ डू यू बाय सो मेनी डिफेंडर्स?
by the way,
भाई सलीबा
I
वर्ल्ड का
just
बेस्ट डिफेंडर है
मैं
यार.
बता रहा हूँ,
है ना
I
भाई,
just
वो
love it.
लेकिन
गोल
प्लीज,
जब छोड़
सलीबा वाज बॉट बिफोर आर्टेटा, ठीक है. उनाई एमरी खरीद के लेके दिया कि ब्रो ये रहा, और आर्टेटा तो इतना चूतिया आदमी भाई, इतना, हाउ डू आई से दिस, because he kept on sending the guy on loan and everybody is defending him कि देख, he sent on loan तो इतना अच्छा हुआ. सलीबा भी यही बोल रहा है कि हाँ मेरे को लोन जाना जरूरी था टू बिकम बेटर, बट वो इसलिए बोल रहा है क्योंकि अगर वो कुछ और बोलेगा उसको टीम में जगह नहीं मिलेगी.
हाँ,
There's a
सही बात है.
difference भाई, and everybody is lapping it up because we were winning. बट सच्चाई ये है कि इफ वी हैड सलीबा बिफोर, वी वुड हैव मेड चैंपियंस लीग बिफोर इटसेल्फ. अबे रॉब होल्डिंग देख रहा था मैं, मुस्ताफी देख रहा था, मुस्ताफी को नया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे रहा था. वेयर इज मुस्ताफी ब्रो?
अभी आर्टेटा
my
खुद ही
God.
सलीबा का पैर तोड़ देगा कि एक्सक्यूज मिलेगा.
But yeah, I mean,
from league.
भाई
I guess
ये
that's
चीज
the kind of mess which the manager is tasked to do. But
Yeah.
but my final question to you about Arsenal is, what's the current outlook? So let's talk
The
about
current
that.
outlook is okay. Our defensive injuries are a bit much, and the way they have handled it is also not nice. But I genuinely believe as soon as Thomas Partey is fit and running, we will play much better football in terms of because there is one thing wherein you create chances via crossing, via putting in crosses. And we have got 2 strikers who are 5'8" or 5'9", and this is where they cross. ठीक है, with Partey he'll punch the ball forward into their feet between the lines. वो technique उसी का है, that's his technique only. अब ये भी है कि now he's coming from injury, तो कैसा आता है ना, कैसा आता है. But मतलब कहीं ना कहीं इट इज बैड प्लानिंग ओनली ना यार, इट इज बैड प्लानिंग. वो सिटी केविन डे ब्रुयना के बिना अभी तक इधर तक है.
That is City, man. That is
And
City. That's not fair.
to be fair, Liverpool also, ठीक है, इंडो को सब इतनी इज्जत दे रहे, बट ही इज नॉट एलीट प्लेयर भाई, एलीट नहीं है. इंडो
कौन?
नहीं होता तो भी
Who?
तुम लोग ठीक ठाक हो जाते.
Who?
अरे नहीं भाई मतलब मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा कि he is the elite of elite, लेकिन he is massively improved and he is मतलब whatever people expected of him, he is lot better than that. I mean, I'm
Are
not
you
expecting
talking
him
about
to.
Darwin Nunez?
No.
No.
वो तो
Endo.
Endo.
I'm talking about
No,
Endo.
yeah, man. He holds his own. I mean,
no, my only thing is, how can your squad planning be so shit? Like,
Hmm.
how can you have been here for 3.5 years and you have just bought 3 attackers, है ना? 3 attackers भाई, जिसमें से तो विलियन तो फ्री का था.
I think that Arteta mentioned in the start of season that we have competition at every position in our team, and it's like a perfect.
So here's the thing: our competition was supposed to be Emil Smith-Rowe, who has been injured since time immemorial, Fabio Vieira, who is injured again, एक रीस नेल्सन है, and Arteta ऐसे कि मैं इसको चांस क्यों दूं, right? And you have to understand our front line is Gabriel Martinelli, Jesus, Saka. ठीक है, अब इनको जब तू निकालता है, the only decent player that can come in is Trossard, क्योंकि बाकी तो इंजर्ड है. अब Jesus who cannot score is replaced by Nketiah who cannot score, and there we are.
yeah. So I feel about your January signings. Are you looking to bring in Ivan Toney or Vlahovic, for example? Are there any even slimmer
Tony is
chances?
heavily linked, man.
भाई
What do
heavily
you
linked
think
होने से
of
क्या
the
होना है?
January
The
acquisition?
only we can buy a player is probably a loan, or we sell someone before, right? Because Sir Arteta had decided कि 30 million pound में हम राया को तो खरीदेंगे, तो उधर वो पैसा चले जाने वाला नेक्स्ट ईयर का, है ना? एंड
और पेपे का
सेकेंडली,
इंस्टॉलमेंट भी कटेगा, वो अलग.
अरे वो सब जो भी कटेगा, राइट?
रैम्सडेल को भेज
कटेगा
दो
तो
ना,
इनका
पैसा
ही
मिल
कटेगा.
जाएगा.
हाँ सही बोल रहे हैं,
चल
रैमसडेल को भेज
रैम्सडेल,
दो.
रैमसडेल को.
रैम्सडेल को बेच दो.
भाई रामडेल को
फिर हम लोग को सेकंड चॉइस गोलकीपर भी खरीदना पड़ेगा ना.
वो
वो
सस्ते
क्या है,
में
कोई
खरीदोगे
छोटो
ना
मोटो
साले.
होगा ना तुम्हारा यूथ टीम
But
का, उसको खिला
I
देना.
have so the current chatter that is going around is Arsenal will have to first sell to buy.
हाँ,
We are
sell
back to square one,
रैम्सडेल.
it seems.
Make the
That's
third
the
choice keeper
state of.
second choice.
No, that's mostly the state of each and every club because they
I'm not
exhaust all
sure.
the amount in the summer transfer.
No, I have a feeling like Spurs are in a better position than us in terms of being able to buy players. So is Liverpool because ये 100 million देने वाले थे भाई, कैसे डो के लिए 120.
पैसा बच गया ना उनका.
पैसा बचा है.
लेकिन बहुत बड़ा नहीं निकाल पाएंगे, लेकिन मे बी somebody, लेकिन
अबे तुम
it's a
लोग
different
50,
thing.
तुम्हें अच्छा प्लेयर मिलेगा तो
चाहिए
50-60
भाई.
दे सकते हो.
हाँ लेकिन we can, अगर कोई बिल्कुल आ गया तो I think we have the money to buy.
So the only way we can buy a big player is if we sell a player from their academy, because academy से वो फिर pure profit में जाएगा, है ना? और people are coming in for Nketiah, but यही है कि Nketiah को निकाल दिया और फिर प्लेयर नहीं बाय कर पाए तो और लग जाएगी. The way it has already happened with Tierney, वो लोन पे भेज दिया भाई, अब वापस उसी के लिए we are trying for that position again. That's so stupid, bro. And we will get a player which is worse than Tierney also. And other thing is we had another left back in Nuno Tavares. वो
अरे
भी लोन
हाँ,
पे भाई.
ओ भाई, हाँ, that player I also almost forgot.
मस्त है भाई. क्या
और
नहीं,
एक राइट बैक है, हमने खरीदा था सेड्रिक विलियन के साथ, है ना? ये तब से जी रहा है फ्री के पापड़ तोड़ रहा है ये. इसका
अरे
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट
एक और
खत्म होने
लड़का,
वाला है तो.
एक और लड़का लिया था ना तुम लोगों ने, क्या था नाम था वो, टिम्बर.
हाँ,
सो ही इज इंजर्ड यार विद
कब
हिम.
आएगा भाई? वो काफी टाइम नहीं हो गया?
हाँ भाई,
ACL है
वो
क्या
जब
उसका?
से इंजर हुआ है वो मार्च तक
अरे
इंजर्ड
उसका
है.
ACL गया था.
Yeah,
So
ACL
yeah,
गया.
So the thing is,
it was bound to take.
because of the position we were in, है ना, तो हमको लग रहा था चल जाएगा. अब जो आ चुके हैं मुंह में बहुत ही बढ़िया से, है ना? बहुत ही बढ़िया से.
Last time out, second of the season you were top. So this time you are not top. Maybe it's good omens for you that you may end up winning the title.
पहले ही उम्मीदें
I'm
कम कर
just
दो
hyping you up.
ताकि ज्यादा दूर
That's
ना
my
जाओ.
job.
Last
So-
year they finished second after being
but hold
first.
on.
This
Yeah.
then
So
they'll decrease ना. ठीक है चल.
बोलने दोगे कोई?
No, so all I would like to say is I would have been okay without the Fulham result. Fulham result killed me because एक होता है कि तुम अच्छा खेल रहे हो, हार रहे हो, तो कभी ना कभी तुम जीत जाओ. फुलम के अगेंस्ट तो हम ऐसे थे कि भाई खुले हुए हैं, है ना, खुले हुए कि कोई भी आके कभी भी मार दे. And that is what killed me ki they, to all respect to Fulham, they're not a team that should be peppering us like that, and they were peppering us and we had no clue, and that is what killed like all my hopes and everything. I'm like, bhai chalo Champions League वापस make करने का.
That's why this season amazes me, man. I saw the Brighton match. I was like that Arsenal is the only team in this league this time which is in form, playing good
Yeah.
football. And Fulham, it becomes completely contrasting. So in this league, predictions, I think it's full sattebaji ka market. Whatever you do is a bet only.
Yeah.
I
So-
do agree to that. I would also say that a lot of the season, right, depends on how injuries are managed here and how players are managed. बहुत ज्यादा यार, बहुत ही ज्यादा.
Management is very
lot of intensive data and squad planning is required. If you know that party is injury prone, then you obviously bring in a cover. If you bring, I mean, yeah, a lot of things goes into that. But yeah, I mean,
But
we are talking
170
as if
million अगर
Arsenal,
हावर्ड को
we are
प्राइस में
talking as
डालने
if
के बाद
Arsenal have lost out on a lot of points, or yeah, it looks like that. But they're closer to the top to Liverpool, and I guess the season doesn't look finished for the current top four as well. So there's that. So let's move on to a little bit onto Spurs rather, because obviously the United discussion is obviously always going to be long. I'll also get some time to manifest in my mind what to say and what not to. I'll use that time. So for now, meanwhile, we can move on to Spurs. Yeah, man. How was the dip in Bali?
Bhai, it was very good. It was very good. I saw one of the results at least in the favor. So yeah, it was fine. But injuries भाई वो कमी नहीं हो रही है जिंदगी में.
Series
और
and
वापस
suspension. Use that word as well.
सस्पेंशन तो भाई अपने लौंडे ले ही लेते हैं, थोड़े से हैं,
सहेलेंगे.
चुलबुले हैं थोड़े तो.
चल बोले.
चुलबुले हैं. मिल जाए.
एंज का फिलोसफी है ना, थोड़ा हैंडल नहीं हो रहा.
अरे नहीं भाई, एकदम देखिए भौकाल में रहना है बस जिंदगी में, आ जाएगा वो. बट हाँ, अभी आई थिंक इट इज गुड इवन विद ऑल दीज इंजरीज. आई थिंक व्हेन वी डिस्कस्ड इन द इनिशियल टाइम, you have also mentioned that there are 4 people who are like irreplaceable right now in Spurs squad, that we don't have a depth or replace those, which were Madison, Son, Romero, and Van de Ven. So those are the 4 players, and against the next United match, all 4 of them will not be playing. So then, yeah, you can
See him being happy.
yes, smack your lips, but
ट्रस्ट ओनाना.
भाई ओनाना ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते ना, एफकॉन जा रहा है ना.
No, he will play. He will
ऐसा
play
क्या?
that game and then go
ठीक
for
है.
his
हाँ.
for his
ये
country's
भाई
game
वो
the
चले
next
जाएगा
game.
तो
Such a
कीपर कौन है बे
relief.
हमारे टीम में?
No, I will come to that
जी,
empty
जी.
optimism that Onana has in his head.
Yeah.
So
तो ठीक है.
yeah, but yeah, go ahead about Spurs. Don't focus too much on Onana.
But I'm relieved that Onana is playing. But हाँ, तो see, if you have told me in the start of the season कि यार at the midpoint we would have been like what 1 point away from top 4 and 6 point away from the first position.
Mhm.
It's not, मतलब, I would have taken it like without even having any doubts. ठीक है. Even when we were going on the top, right? Even when we were going on the top, and you have told me कि November में you will have these many injuries and suspensions. So, and then this is the outcome. I would have totally bought that also, because this is, to be fair, it is better than it was supposed to be. Still, it is better. We have had a very tough run of matches in between,
Mhm.
but it is still better. We have found our wing. We have found some formation, some solution to whatever limited players we have.
Yeah.
Right, we are right now playing with all the makeshift players here and there everywhere. Like Davies and Royal are playing as centre backs now, who are your side fullbacks. Right, we are playing fullbacks as centre backs, and we are making all the makeshift changes. Kulusevski coming into number 10, and then mixing around everything that is possible and without any bench, right? We cannot have anybody from the bench जो कि जाके कुछ कमाल करके दिखा सकता
You
है.
forgot Brian Gill.
ब्रायन हिल, एलिहो वेलीज, ये सब लोग हैं अपने पास, चिंटू मिंटू जो कि जाके थोड़ा बहुत
Valley scored his first goal, by the way. Yeah.
that is good for that kid, man.
Yeah.
It was
In a
very
loss, in a 4-1 loss, I guess.
4-2 loss
4-2
to
loss. He
Brighton.
celebrated as if he just scored a winner.
हाँ, but
Yeah, he's a
क्या
kid, man.
पहला गोल है यार, लड़के का छोटा
I
लौंडा
know
है,
I'm just
young है,
working you up, but I understand.
just cut him some slack, man. It's okay.
I,
And
I
if
just
you're
cut him
playing
some
with that
slack.
defensive line when we were
Amit,
on the team,
है ना?
4 गोल खाए हैं वो, मैं डिफेंसिव लाइन देख के ही समझ गया था कि खा सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई लोग नहीं है
But
उसमें,
but I
अलग
just want to tell you about that particular game. They were losing 4-0 actually. Brighton battered them. But I'm pretty sure no one has watched that game for obvious reasons. I'm not sure. Amit, you watched that game or not?
No, I did not watch that game.
You must watch that game if you really want to know about what Spurs can do actually. I mean, Brighton were forming a beeline in front of the keeper. They were shit scared. After going 4-0 down, they won every second ball, every ball. And you know how Brighton can move the ball very easily, just like all the position based into. They would have easily killed the game and scored 2 more. But Spurs player hunted Brighton down. I mean, I don't know. They got some godsend energy. You should watch that game. If you are a true Spurs fan, you will watch that game.
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है ना, I need to interject, भाई ये यूनाइटेड का फैन है भी कि नहीं है?
यही सोच रहा था सेम.
भाई
वही
हम
तो
like
ना, जब
ऐसे
curiosity
who
आता
is
है
this
about a new
imposter?
manager, you want to study him, what he's doing. I mean,
ये मतलब this
I have
idea
not
is
seen a
something
team
that
play
I have
like that
seen,
at
right?
4-0.
In the previous manager, I have easily seen that we go down and we don't have a plan B. We don't have something.
Let me
one
tell
goal
you
down.
about that
You
game.
go
After
1-0 down.
2-0, after 2-0, मैं पूरा याद है. I guess 11 or 10 minutes were added as additional time. Okay, and they hit the post at 4-2. They hit the post twice. अगर तीसरा गोल होता ना, वो गेम 4-4 होता और वो एनफील्ड का जो कमबैक था ना इस्तांबुल में, वो लोग भूल जाते.
This is glazing at another level, bro. Another level.
Completely
Bro, I
like
have
you
not
United
seen.
fan to
If
say
Arteta
कि
loses 4-0 to any team, no, you will not play like that. Not even a City team will play like that. So that's why I'm suggesting you will not regret it if you watch that game. So yeah. So Spurs, anything about Spurs transfers and
No, I was just mentioning that this is something that has a positive change of in Spurs mindset, that no matter what the scoreline is, no matter what is happening, I don't see the players' heads down, right? We don't have our heads
refreshing
down.
to see.
Just
Very.
like this, we will never accept the defeat. That is the point.
About that particular, we will never
Although
accept
you
the
might
defeat.
lose, but you will
वो
not
हक
accept
नहीं
it.
मिला है अभी तक तुम्हें, वो तुम्हें कंटिन्यू करना है
Continue
next
करना है,
season
but
भी.
this is what I'm seeing a positive,
Yeah.
a positive change.
नहीं,
That I'm
I
seeing
want
is
to
the
see one thing.
mindset, attitude.
When you continuously lose games, when you see continuous failures, right? So I want to see more of कि भाई 1-2 साल हो गया, are the players still buying onto Ange's thought? That is the question that he has to answer. But I am obviously liking, as a true football fan, I am always obviously liking what I'm seeing. So
And even I believe the injuries that
You cannot see
about,
that much of football with those kind of results at Spurs. Like,
so
something has to give in.
any news you've heard of? Manish, we are unable to hear you.
Yeah, your mic needs to be stronger.
You're getting totally,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, better, way better.
Yeah.
No, I was saying like, okay, even though they were losing, but they'll not accept the defeat. Like, they might end up losing, but they might still not accept defeat.
Okay, man.
भाई दिल जीत लिए ना भाई.
That's what Abhay Maheshwari also said. Na, if you see that yes, your team is putting your heart and soul and trying to make something happen, it will turn into results. Matlab, it is better than having the results your way when you're not playing well. It's better if you are maybe losing but still making those chances, making those events, because that will at some time give you.
Having said that, this will only be accepted for a season or two, of course. But yeah, the signs are good.
Bhai,
But yeah,
I was just mentioning that even those injuries, I believe that why we are having these many injuries with these less games is also probably because of the style that Ange is playing them with. Too much intensity, too much.
yeah, you can say that.
It
Right.
will also
Obviously.
give you difference. Huh?
No,
Obviously.
there have been instances like when, if you remember Marcelo Bielsa, he played a very attacking and very like heart pumping kind of football for Atletico Bilbao. And in that season they reached the finals of Europa League. They defeated United at in the semi-final stage or something. They were very good in La Liga as well. I mean,
Hmm.
like they scored a lot of goals and everything. All that passing, or many players, like Fernando Llorente, Iker Muniain, everything. And then the next season they struggled. And like, I'm not saying like Spurs will struggle.
Couldn't
What
keep
I'm
up
saying is
actually.
like the second season is very key. Like
Yeah.
whenever a new manager comes
100%.
in, he puts up his idea, and it might be like
Perfect.
heavy metal football and whatever it is. But the second season is key. They have to carry that to the next season, and then the gameplay and that mentality and everything is established.
The
So
first
we have to see the second year. First year is always good. So I
First
hope
season
like
में you
in
see
second
the
year we can.
intention, you see the philosophy. In
Yeah,
the second
exactly. Yeah.
season, you see the results. कि भाई अब ठीक है, we have enough of your intentions
And
and
then this has happened again with like with Spurs many a time, because there was also Andres Villas Boas who had a very good start at Spurs, and then he played very good brand of football. And in the second season, like I mean second season, I think he lost Bale. And then even
yeah.
after selling Bale, they bought 7 players, and then again they were really like buzzing. Like they had many good games and all that, but then suddenly the crash happened. So I
I
hope
mean,
it doesn't happen, because
very good
yeah.
use case is Liverpool under Klopp. I mean, credit to Klopp also that these set of players, right? They sustained heavy metal football for 3-4 years and challenged City,
Correct.
League, Champions League. I mean,
Agree.
they could not win as many trophies as City for obvious reasons because City are a financial behemoth, right? So they kept buying players. You could criticize, I mean, in another episode of the podcast, I was asking about would you criticize Klopp or their squad planning? Could they have spent a little bit wisely? Or, I mean, they could have planned the squad properly, like City rotated and all. Again, it's a descriptive discussion. I don't want to delve into that, but Liverpool are a very good use case as to how they could sustain over a period of time. So,
But
with
the
that kind
unique
of
thing
football,
is that
the
we are
luxury the
yeah.
luxury with City's kind of football or Arsenal kind of football is not a lot of energy is lost like players under Klopp or Ange would. I guess that's what Manish was also referring to a
No,
little.
and then Spurs have to finish top 4, because that's
Correct.
how they can attract players for the next season.
Yes.
Because when you take
100%.
the use case of Liverpool, they did like have a good
Correct.
transition. Like there was Emre Can playing once, and then they slowly they shifted. They even bought Balotelli. Then they like shipped him off. They bought new players, and this could happen because they regularly qualified for Europe. So that is one thing that we have to look forward. So I hope that Spurs gets like some place, like either a Champions League place or a Europa League place. But that is a must, because there are a lot of competition now. There is Aston Villa there. There's Newcastle. These are new teams who are challenging for those spots.
Newcastle
So
खत्म है भाई.
Newcastle khatam hai, but you cannot discount them. They
No,
might come
it
back with
मतलब
two
started with
two
that
wins in two
Sandro
matches.
Tonali.
maybe this season a lot of teams are discredited. Maybe even Chelsea you will discredit कि नहीं आएगी. But next season again these all are again in the same ball.
Correct.
A
Yeah,
fresh
correct. Yeah.
season and you
So
again. So, but
yeah,
I think the
but
ideology
good.
is good that they are buying young players so that young players can be molded into a system, whatever he wants to play. They will have more energy in the starting of their career. So all of those things we are seeing then that is what Spurs is going with. Kind of a Chelsea's way of doing things that find young talent and put it, but at least
I heard you are going for a center back, and that is one of
yes.
United's targets and SJR's club, Todibo.
United is targeting everything, man.
SJR's club, that is.
Many years United every name once it will be linked with Liverpool, it is United. Spurs ना
सर
United
जिन
को भी चाहिए
रैकेट का
कब
क्लब
चाहिए
है
अपने
तुमको
को
कैसे मिलेगा प्लेयर.
कोई भी नया खिलौना बच्चा देख रहा है ना, मेरे को भी चाहिए, मेरे को
बस
भी।
भाई, बस पैसा है तो उड़ाना है।
वही टोडीबो चाहिए उनको, but I think we are more closer to that Radu Draguzin guy, that is
Correct.
He's really good.
yeah,
I like
he is actually called, matlab, referred as in some by some reporters as the Van Dyke region. So he has elite
Undoubtedly.
passing, and he has good pace, and he is very press resistant, and he'll just and he is very good at with tackling. So those all things is anyway good. 21 years old, no.
Nice, man. You already have Allison region in Vicario. You're going
Yes.
for Van Dijk
That's
region
right.
as
Will
well.
be a Liverpool 2.0 जो अभी तुम बोल रहे हो, हम Spurs will be Liverpool 2.0.
I was just thinking while this guy Abhay Jugekar is saying that in his head he's thinking सालो चूतियो सब जो टॉप के प्लेयर है हमारे जो है तुम्हारे पास रीजन आ रहे हैं किसी को भी किसी से भी कंपेयर करते रहो. I was just waiting for him
By
as soon as you say Van Dijk region. I was just waiting for him to come and say something. You
No,
know,
I was waiting. No, what I was waiting, I'll tell you. I was waiting for him to tell Ange's region of Klopp. He would go that far. Like,
No,
Ange is a
man, no.
prison,
But
man. Ange is a prison.
no, man. And Klopp's way of man management is like this
I was just waiting to
completely.
hear that word before we start with the Liverpool fan. So yeah, put your headphones on because we are going to sing praises of Klopp and Allison.
Yeah,
the
I
glory that's
actually
about to come,
tell
bro.
everyone.
My God.
just be
I-
realistic, please, please, please be
Can we
realistic.
fast
Like
forward
this,
it?
this,
And
this
these-
new year, we want something new. Yeah, okay.
Can we
Something.
fast
no,
forward it?
actually, I decided this time to take some time and just absorb everything and maybe think how everything went. But before that, I just want to appreciate Arsenal, how they basically saw that Liverpool is basically coming for the title, Man City is coming, and they swiftly took completely went out of the way and said, okay, we can't do that. You guys continue.
They are
So
gentlemen.
thank you for that.
Let you go ahead. They're not
Yeah,
blocking doors.
very, very gentlemanly of them to just let us come go for that 2 horse race again.
Just FYI for the
English way
viewers,
of doing
Liverpool are
things.
top of the table. I repeat,
Yeah.
Liverpool are top of the table.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5
And,
points ahead of Arsenal.
And Klopp, in
Some-
all his
some
excitement,
points.
and Klopp with all his
Oh.
excitement had lost his wedding ring, which he was
Yeah.
unable to find.
Then
And
he
then-
finally found it, and then
he found it.
yeah, was very happy about it.
Yeah,
So
you love that moment, right? I'm sure.
yeah.
इसको
I-
मिल जाती ये पकड़ के रख लेता ये तो मेरी है.
नहीं भाई इतना नहीं भाई इतना नहीं. But this thing, I was just thinking about it today, that I have to be just proud of this team actually. The way we started, see, everybody knew, no matter how much like we say that we are sitting at the top and all that, everybody knew that this was, I never said that it was complete transition, but still it was complete new midfield. So obviously there was a transition in terms of getting those players used to the team, obviously. And that nobody knew how much time that would take. And at the time that they are taking to adjust, we couldn't tell that if we will win the matches, we can drop the points and all. But credit to this team to actually just drop point once against like lose once, not drop. We dropped more points than that, but lose just once, and that was obviously against Spurs when they found a way to beat us. yeah. So everybody's talking about injuries, and we don't have a six. Both our six, basically Thiago, who used to play our six, and Bashetic, who
भाई वो
is
है
actually
जिंदा है.
है. And Bashetic, basically, who we rate very highly, who can play the game very nicely. Both of them injured from the start. So McAllister is playing six. So already we are not playing with our best kind of midfield combination. Endo, obviously, at that particular point, still learning to get in the team, maybe getting up to the speed of Premier League and all that. Then, while we are going along with that, in our defense, whether Robertson is injured for a long time, it's been, I don't know, say 7-8 matches right now. And Simika just got injured last match. We put Simikas. So both are left primary left backs are injured. And then Joe Gomez comes and fills that role very nice. I mean, he had a fantastic game against Newcastle, man. So what I'm seeing in this team is that nobody is exactly deterred by the fact that nobody's thinking that, okay, maybe this is it's okay if this is a little bit of an off season. All everybody is thinking that we are going for that particular title, and actually showed in the games where we could lose but we did not lose. I'm just happy to see that in a season which is already very volatile, and where we thought that we'll struggle as well, and Arsenal looked like a team which has everything under control, and Spurs obviously was flying high initially as well. Even when Spurs was flying high, and when Spurs was doing really well, at that point, everybody thought that Spurs would sustain that, but nobody really thought that Liverpool will actually be in the conversation. And that is just like 4 or 5 weeks back. But slowly, like nobody was thinking that we'll be in title conversation, by the way. Everybody thought our midfield will just not cover and will somehow drop more points. I'm just happy to see that we're there. And I'm happy to see that we are basically now it feels like that we have we have met a lot of challenges, and we have found solutions for those challenges now. We still have AFCON to come to, but still the way that our team is playing right now, the way that we have found the balance, the way Endo has just come up in his element and getting providing really good cover in that sixth position. The way that Curtis Jones is just doing that Wijnaldum, I have no other comparison at this point. He's exactly doing what Wijnaldum used to do for us. A little bit better maybe, because he's just everywhere. So these guys were stepping up. I'm just happy to see that the team initially who everybody was thinking that might or might not be there is sitting at the top of the league. Obviously, I'm happy, but I know that it was not easy. I know that
I guess
it
it's
was
the
not just accepted out of
confidence
us.
of a string of good results building up, you can say.
I believe it is always Liverpool with the form they were coming from the last season. I think they up full half of the season where they did not lose at all.
I mean, I feel like for last season, the tail end of the half, we did not lose any home matches, and we have still not lost any home matches, by the way, since
Correct.
the half of the last year.
Yeah,
So
that's
our
what I'm
home
saying.
form is just
But
fantastic.
always, I think Liverpool was I think, in the discussion of challenging for title, right? Arsenal, Liverpool, and City,
Yeah.
more or less. I think I
But
would
not
have
exactly
rated
in that way,
Liverpool
no.
more higher than Arsenal at the start of the season.
Yeah.
That is my view.
See, that's the thing. Initially, when the game started, first I think 5 or 6 matches, even the way that we were playing, we could see that our midfield is still not ready, and nobody really knew, and everybody else was just flying high, man. Okay, Spurs was doing too good. Arsenal was doing really good at that particular
It's a
point.
rebuild for everybody in this season. It is very different season of all. Every team is rebuilding.
I don't know. I don't know
Not
if it's
Arsenal, because
Arsenal was not
I mean, Joyker, go ahead.
Yeah,
No, but I would actually like to say that now that I'm hearing it, here's the thing, right? Even when Liverpool did not play well, the advantage that Liverpool has as compared to other teams, I would say, other than City, is you people actually have bona fide world-class players. At least Salah and what do you call Alisson. Alisson has been phenomenal.
Dude, Van Dijk silently is having one of his best seasons, man.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you have bona fide world class players. इसके अलावा सिटी के पास है, ठीक? सिटी के पास है. When I look at United, I don't see a world class player. When I look at Spurs also, per se, correct, I don't see a world class players. I see a player who can become world class. I can see players. In Arsenal also, we have players who can become world class. Whereas in Liverpool, you have players who are world class and of a certain age. And it shows. It shows when you have to grind out those results and you're playing real shit. I'm like, ye kaise jeet rahe? As in, there was a point of time where you were losing, the first goal every game, bhai.
First 10 matches, we almost 6 or 7 matches we conceded first.
Yeah. And I think that gives in the recent matches, I've realized that gives a huge edge, because I'm seeing Arsenal and I'm seeing, other than the Fulham match, ki hum log chance create kar rahe, we can't finish. But when I think about it, if I think about Salah, then I'm like, this guy will kill it, bhai. एक miss करेगा, चल, 2 miss करेगा, तीसरा तो पेलेगा, and उसके बाद चौथा भी मारेगा. That I'll have to give to Liverpool for sure, man.
Actually, there's one more thing that we have
multiple occasions as well. I mean, big saves. I mean, match-winning saves.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean,
honestly,
I'm telling
completely.
you, the first memory that comes to my mind about a Liverpool game was the Newcastle game when Liverpool were down to 10 men. That save I cannot forget from Alisson, who kept them at 1-1.
Yeah,
And then
true.
Nunes goes and bangs 2 goals.
Banks 2 goals,
If
yeah.
Nunes scores that, I mean, if Alisson doesn't save that, then Newcastle dominate. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And because we were 10 men already, right? So that
I mean,
actually
Alisson is a
Goal
doesn't
और
almost
जाता
kills
and
the
it
game.
would be difficult.
See, I agree that we have, I mean, that's why I had that much confidence that at the start I could tell that we are going to challenge for the title and we are going to be there competing with City. I had that that confidence because I know that we have that players. But obviously, when you see at the start,
Why
the
did you have
criticisms
that
were there
confidence? Please say
from the
the name.
start. From the start. Like, sorry?
Why did you have the confidence?
Yeah, because we have Alisson.
Because you have
His
Klopp,
best goalkeeper.
who hugs.
Oh, man.
I
Dude,
see Klopp
I
laughing.
can.
And Salah is going.
I think
No,
if
so I
Klopp
just
wouldn't
wanted
have
to,
been if
sorry.
Klopp wouldn't have been a coach, no, he would have been those guys you see on those fairs and all. He's like 10 rupees for a hug, 100 rupees for a hug, $1 for a hug. वो उस type का होता. अबे आता है. I see, but there's
Dude, the way he
this one.
sends, the substitutes, like he hugs them like a bear, okay, and
yeah.
he'll just send them कि go and जाओ आतंक मचाओ.
हाँ,
अरे
You know, I
बीच
want
में
to add, by
फोटो
the
है
way,
क्लॉप का, वो चेंज तो कर ले. He doesn't wear specs anymore.
It's okay, man. It's okay. He's happy. He's happy. So one more thing that I want to add in, which actually also gave me the confidence that we actually have a really good bench. In midfield, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones obviously have stepped up, but in defense, until Matip got injured, Matip was a really solid defender that we had as backup. Joe Gomez came back from injury and all that, but we already knew the potential that he had, and if he doesn't get injured, then he can play at the highest of the level. So we had a good backup, and in attacker we are just stacked. Jota, whenever he comes, I feel like he'll probably for 80 minutes he won't do shit, and then he'll just go score.
My
Okay, I
God.
believe me, even Liverpool fans don't understand how he scores. Dude's finishing is just next level, dude. So
Jota is a very
Jota is
intelligent-
fantastic, yeah.
अबे,
Just think about this, we are creating so many chances and we are still not finishing because Nunez, he just refuses to finish the easy chances. And the way that,
I
but the
still want
thing
to
is,
mention Richarlison is in the form and Nunez is still.
By the way,
congratulations. He just assisted,
fun
by the
fact,
way.
just a
Yeah.
fun fact I just want to drop in. Nunes has got the worst record of finishing. I mean, he hasn't finished the chances. Goal conversion is the worst in the Premier League. That's what
most probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Worst behind Richarlison and someone else combined.
In my head, I'm
Richarlison and
just
Gabriel
thinking.
Jesus combined.
Jesus.
I'm just thinking you employ Hoyland for heaven's sake. In the Premier League, have you
Dude
seen
scored
it?
like
हम
one goal, I
chances ही
think.
नहीं बनाते ना, तो वो count ही नहीं होता उसमें.
See, the thing with
अरे
Nunez
मतलब
is
वो
though,
क्या बोल रहा है? With respect to the amount of chances he has received, he has scored. That's
dude,
what
every game he misses like 3 chances, man. That if you take that as an average, I'm pretty sure that stat checks out completely. The thing is that I mean, I don't want to cover too much on Nunez because I mean I've already said so many things.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't finish,
exactly.
but he does so many things. Like his positioning, his even his passing and everything, and so there's so many things that he's doing really, really well. And obviously he's not completely scoring, but he assisted Salah's goal, so I'm happy with that.
Onana is not keeping the ball, but he's doing so many things right.
This is what I'm listening to, right? It's because just Liverpool's winning, right? I'm like, बोल ले भाई, बोल ले, है ना? Striker है, वो finish नहीं कर रहा.
I
बाकी सब कुछ कर रहा.
understand he's
जब
not
दुखेगा
finishing,
ना,
and
तब
that
याद
is
आएगा.
holding us
Arey,
back,
their
obviously.
definition has been like that because they previously
Firmino
had
never
Roberto
scored,
Firmino.
man. Never
Yeah, they had
scored.
Firmino, false
Yeah.
nine, magic striker, super sub. There are many names.
Say, you
like
can
लोग
make
को Torres वोरेस मिल गया तो भाई.
you can make all the jokes about Firmino and Nunez and all that. Firmino enabled one of the best attacks in the Europe when he was playing for us. That like people shit in their pants when Firmino had the ball because he could release any one of Mane or Salah. That's how good he was. And when he was playing, I was content. I used to know that we were going to score somehow.
Everyone appreciated Firmino. I mean, no one.
But the differential in Nunez and Firmino is massive.
I know. I'm not going to say that, but we play so differently right now.
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
what I mean. I'm not asking you to say that. That is completely fine because I know that is going to slowly come up by the end of the season. I is going to see. The thing is that the way the reason we are able to play this kind of high octane. See, his defensive work has improved so much. Anyway, I'm not going to put too much thoughts on Nunes. Once he starts scoring, I'll start making my memes. It's okay. But overall, I think say good that we are sitting at the top of the table. We had a little bit of tough start, is what I'll say. Even when we were winning, I was not exactly satisfied with in the way that initially the way we were conceding. Then when we stopped conceding, the midfield balance was just not there, and we were still conceding chances. And the pressing was just not there. Somehow it was not that coherent. But now everything is just getting, everything is now coming together. And it looks like that the second half, bar the AFCON gap when we'll not have Salah, that part is going to be difficult because he's obviously the most clinical that we have
There
apart
you
from
will get
Jota.
hurt.
Are you
For
covered
sure.
for him? Are you
For
covered
sure.
for him?
No, we have people who can play at this position. That's not the problem. We don't have people who can finish like him. Okay, what he provides at
mean,
the left wing,
If
we
not for his finishing, Salah's vision, his
Salah's
passing is
vision,
second
dude,
to none.
he's
I mean, that goal, you saw that
the Gakpo goal.
Gakpo goal.
Dude
My
fluffed
God.
the ball, man. He fluffed the ball
Defense
and he
cutting
still
pass.
scored.
I mean,
That
mesmerizing pass.
mesmerizing, yeah. He's unlocked this this vision this year somehow. Even last year, by the way. This is not
He
this year.
played so
Even from
much
last
in the
year.
league, right? He's up to the pace, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's totally like a
How
pro
many
now.
matches you were without Salah?
I think two PL matches and one this what do you have? FA Cup, I guess. 3 or 4 matches, something like that.
कुछ नहीं होना तुम्हारा, कुछ नहीं होना. Alisson
क्या
आके
ये भाई? City is coming.
No, City is
Oh,
coming.
yeah.
Obviously,
City
City is
is
coming.
back, by the way.
City is
City are
back.
back.
Say
Yeah,
now is their time.
yes.
अब तक जितना head start देना था दे दिया उन लोगों ने.
I-
Now they'll go in the run.
City and Arsenal are like completely counterparts of each other.
You heard about what Klopp's statement on KDB's comeback?
Yeah,
The
sorry.
The Premier League can't handle KDB's
Yeah,
comeback.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
commenting like that.
He always says stuff like that, man.
He's
He's
already-
the entertainer, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
he's already
Censorship
bracing
made
himself
them-
for that Liverpool versus City title race again. The old
Dude,
dogs.
both Pep and Klopp know that when both of them are at the top of the top of their game, it is just neck to neck.
There is no
Like we have
greater
had this
joy
two
of a
times,
game
man.
to watch
Yeah.
when they play each other. That
I-
4 या 5 टाइटल जीती है सिटी, तुम एक जीतते हो, ठीक है ना?
I know. That's what I'm saying. कि वो जीते सब कुछ है, सही बात है. That is completely fine. We were 1 point off twice.
But the
Okay,
thing
I'm
is,
unhappy
what he's
about
saying
it.
is
And
I'm
a
happy about
even
it. But that's what
competitor.
challenges. At least we were not sitting 20 points behind, right?
Yeah.
I was reading it
ठीक है,
somewhere
बहुत
that
ज्यादा hype कर लिया इन लोग को.
if not
इतना
for
बुरा.
Klopp, अगर Klopp नहीं होता for in Premier League for past some years, it would have become another that
Bundesliga.
One
kind of a
horse
league
race.
where
Exactly.
एक बंदा ही लेके भाग रहा है. At least Klopp was pushing them always.
Yeah.
Dude, every other
Last
team
season
was, I don't
when-
know where, how many points sitting behind, how many points, just happy that they are third, fourth, and something like that. We
Keeping
came
Premier
second
League
twice
at
just
the
by 1 point.
Last season
Yeah.
when Arsenal maybe showed some signs of challenging, then they fell off and could not sustain.
It's not easy,
yeah,
man.
but
We
yeah.
had 90 point challenges with them. That
Yeah,
was not easy.
There have been
Yeah.
proper challenges between the two, and
Just
it's just a disappointment a little bit about Pool. I mean, for Pool and Pool fans, is that the one title that you actually won was during the COVID season without the fans.
Yeah, I mean, we
That
don't care
was-
too much about it because at the
देख
start of
Arsenal
the
वाला कैसा हंस रहा है.
See, at the start of the even before COVID started, we were so many points away that we would have
Cancel
won
भी होने
anyway.
वाला था
So, yeah.
भाई. Cancel भी होने वाला था.
I
अगर
know,
वो-
I know. Like we thought how bad it could be for Liverpool that it could have been cancelled.
हाँ, मैं बस वही बोलने वाला था. तूने वो दिया. भाई
भाई.
सच इज द लिवरपूल हेट. सब बोल रहे थे कैंसिल
Cancel कर दो, cancel. अगले साल by the way City actually by the way अगले साल City actually won a COVID title where for whole season they played without fans by the way.
Correct.
But nobody talks about that
Yeah.
because it's like who cares about City, man? Nobody
नहीं
cares
पता,
about City.
मन नहीं.
Even City fans don't care about.
Even
they
City
have-
fans don't care about
They
City.
win a treble.
अबे
They
जो
win a
बस
treble and their
वो
manager
ट्रॉफी
comes
परेड
out
होता है
like-
ना. ट्रॉफी परेड में देख लिवरपूल यूनाइटेड इन लोग का ट्रॉफी परेड होगा. तेरे को मतलब चींटी जाने के
चींटी
लिए
देखने की
वो
जगह
नहीं
नहीं होगी.
दिखेगा.
हाँ, हाँ.
लेकिन सिटी के परेड में पेप बोलता है प्लीज कम टू द स्ट्रीट्स enjoy with us. You know, some United fans can also join us.
अरे वो
Oh
तो
my
रहने दे,
God.
उसके बाद भी अगले सीजन Pep is calling them come to the stadium.
Come to the stadium.
Watch us.
भाई लोग चैंपियंस लीग मैच देखने नहीं आते बे. सीएल मैचेस नहीं देखने आते.
अबे
इतने
देख,
टाइटल है.
सिंपल
क्या
बात है. बहुत सारे जैसे कि आई डोंट नो अबाउट एवर्टन बिकॉज एवर्टन आर अ हिस्टोरिकल क्लब. तो
हाँ.
उनकी भी फैन बेस पूरी कातिल है
बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग
जितना लिवरपूल की है. तुम दोनों सेम सिटी के हो लेकिन तगड़े हैं.
बहुत आगे
मैनचेस्टर में
डिवीजन है
वो
बिल्कुल
सीन नहीं है,
प्रॉपर।
मैनचेस्टर में वो सीन नहीं है। मच ऑफ द फैंस जो करंट जनरेशन के हैं और पुराने जनरेशन के भी आर मोस्टली यूनाइटेड।
यूनाइटेड
अरे
फैंस है।
आधे लोग आके, अरे वो ट्रांसफर याद है, रॉबिन्यो करके एक स्ट्राइकर था,
ओ
ठीक है?
धमाल धमाल।
मनीष को ये कहानी पता होगा, महेश्वरी को भी पता होगा। आई टेल यू जस्ट लिटिल स्टोरी। रॉबिन्यो करके एक स्ट्राइकर था जिसका एजेंट बोला कि मैनचेस्टर हैज कॉल्ड यू, यू आर अबाउट टू साइन फॉर मैनचेस्टर। उसने वो पागल आदमी ने, उन जमाने में ना यूनाइटेड मतलब मैनचेस्टर ही बोला जाता था,
हाँ हाँ
बाहर के लोगों को वही पता होता था
हाँ।
मैनचेस्टर मतलब यूनाइटेड जा रहा है। वो एजेंट सारा डील विल कर दिया और वो मैनचेस्टर सिटी के अंदर लेके चला गया उसको। तो बोलता है कि भाई कहाँ लेके आएगा तू? बोले कि जर्सी तो लाल होती है, ये स्काई ब्लू क्यों है? तो भाई दिस अ लिटरल थिंग दैट हैपेंड। ये
Oh my
इतना
God, that
ड्रॉप
is
ऑफ
hilarious.
कॉन्फिडेंस, वो लॉस्ट इन ट्रांसलेशन वाला जो केस होता है ना,
हाँ।
वैसे हुआ। दैट इज अ रियल
बाप
स्टोरी
रे,
अबाउट इट।
that is
सो
hilarious.
बट
Talking
या
about the
रॉबिन्यो
club
केम सफर्ड।
where he should have gone, Manchester United.
या
So how is the meditation gone, Mr.
या
Manish?
नाउ
Was it
अबाउट,
Yeah.
peaceful?
I
Is
will
it
give the
helping,
duty
Manish?
to Amit Khanna because
It's all helping it. I mean, like I went and then I enjoyed and then I came back.
Finally, you enjoyed.
No,
Nice.
no, it was all about like in different kind of enjoyment. But yeah, but then I could only see the scores and highlights of the matches that happened. So it was all same old, same old story. I didn't. It was nothing unexpected. Unexpected would have been or an upset would have been United winning all matches, but that didn't happen.
Kind
I
of.
knew that okay, we are playing Aston Villa, we are playing West Ham, we are bound to lose one or two matches, but we won against Aston Villa and we like lost against Nottingham Forest. So that is the kind of character and that is the kind of team we have now. We could one day beat Aston Villa after being 2-0 down, and then we can go and lose to Nottingham Forest. Like I'm not discrediting Nottingham Forest. They have a new manager, and there is this new manager pump that every club goes through. So that was also a difficult match. But yeah, there were like watching it from the highlights, I could pick that there were a few moments where there was some like combination play in the team and there was some character shown, and there are also a lot of players coming back, so it is only positives to look forward from here. But I don't know where we are going to end up. That is the other question, and that is the other worry I have, that okay, are we going to finish top 4 or top 5 or what is it?
or win the title
And
maybe.
yeah, win the title maybe. And because
Uh,
there is no specific target also for United, because at United of players, managers or fans, we never like target top 4 or something of that kind. That is also I don't know,
right, right.
call it a
You guys,
fortunate
you
thing
guys
or
just
unfortunate
play,
thing.
and then you guys just play, and then you are in a position. That's it.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
because we always start to win the title and then whatever happens, we end up somewhere. Maybe second, maybe first, or maybe fourth, or maybe seventh.
That is good, man.
So I don't know what is going to happen, because the best thing is like we are out of Europe. So there
Hmm.
is no tension and there is no this
Same
and
same
that.
with Europe also. They're like the
Yeah.
Champions League से बाहर तो बाहर ही चलते
Yes,
हैं.
it is a very good thing that happened, that we are completely out of Europe. We are not playing that Europa shit, that Thursday night football and Sunday night football.
We will be
Uh,
completely out of FA Cup as
Hmm.
yeah, that is one more thing. Like we are
भाई
all geared up and cheering. We'll be cheering
And then
United
then you'll be
at
out of
FA
top
Cup.
4, so you'll be out of Champions League again, something like that.
Yeah,
It might as well,
maybe.
like, if you're getting out, might as well get out of everything.
No, sometimes this time it is quite different, because this time we are not going to sack the manager,
Are
because
you
previously,
sure? Are you sure?
Are
yeah,
you
because
sure? Exactly.
because who are you going to replace him with?
Doesn't matter. Do you guys care about that?
Yeah, we do care because
I
there
mean,
is
when I say you,
भाई
I
बाप
mean
का
you,
घड़ा
Manchester
कब
United
भरेगा?
ownership.
no ownership is also going to change. That is the
भाई
other
ये आने
aspect.
से मे बी टेन हैग का भी डिसीजन चेंज हो जाए. We never know what is his vision with it.
No,
हाँ.
not specifically like that. But as fans, we have now understood that sacking the manager is not a solution. So that is why we don't want to sack manager. That is the other part.
Okay.
May it be like we might lose one or two matches in a row, like there might be some disaster, but we will not sack the manager, because that is not going to solve the problem. We might like fans might protest against the ownership or something like that, but not the manager. That is the last thing we want to go like away with.
So, Manish, see, if you have to see what your manager is doing. Like, if you think that he's making the right decisions at right time, he's trying to do something good, find solution, then it is okay to not sack manager. But sometimes it's also better to cut your losses with let go of something that you know it will never be fruitful.
No, no, we have been in worse position than this. Like we were playing boring football with Louis Van Gaal, but he kept on saying it's a process. 3-5-2. There are 3-5-2 days in a year, and all this and that. But we have faced this before, so it's not like that. Eric Ten Hag doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. That he's in a difficult situation, but things are getting positive in some matches, and then we can carry on with this momentum. That is what we are all now looking forward to. Like now we have FA Cup. We don't have any expectation. That is the best thing. We might lose
भाई
at Old Trafford and then go out. But who
गजब है
cares?
भाई.
I have a question, bro. तू गया कहाँ था?
मैं गया था meditation
गया कहाँ
करने.
तू? Bro, you're so calm about it कि हाँ ठीक है दुनिया
No,
चल रही है United
it's
की
not like
Top 4,
calm.
top 6, top 7 भाड़ में
We have
जाए.
lost hope.
FA कब से निकल जाएंगे कोई
We
नहीं
have
जिंदा
lost
है.
hope. Like we don't care. Like it's not like we don't care what happens to United, but we are not expecting many things from United this season.
Last 5
You know,
matches,
I
once
actually
the
have
momentum
question
की
for
बात करें.
both. Sorry, I think yeah.
I'm saying कि last 5 matches United has won just one. So what momentum were we talking about? That
So,
they were
okay, yeah, I've
No,
been
we
calm.
might get into
Calm.
that. That's
I
what
was
I'm
I
saying.
was I was there and watching all the games, right? So so when Bruno Fernandes after the Aston Villa game, after a great comeback, of course, against a Villa side who are right there at the top,
yeah.
he comes after the game and says, uh, I guess there have been a lot of times in the season at different points I have come in the press conference and have answered to you that, okay, this may be the start of a good run of results. This time he comes in and directly says, I don't want to say it because I have said it a lot of times. I don't know what will happen in the next game.
And अगले मैच
The
में भाग दिया.
captain of Manchester United. I mean,
Oh my God.
we were crazy about that statement. I mean, because he's a guy who speaks his heart. I mean, he just doesn't hard. I mean, he just doesn't keep it too hard and says all the media PR related stuffs, right? The usual stuffs. He just says it, and the truth basically came out. Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Abhay was stuck actually. My
हाँ yeah, maybe.
अबे constantly बैठा.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So yeah, resuming.
नहीं, that's good actually.
Yeah, I mean, when to be very honest, everyone, all the United fans, the pattern that we have seen, we were all like, we won against Villa, enjoy the game, go back to sleep because something bad is happening against Forest. Especially more so because it was an away game.
I
Hmm.
could
And
have
the
watched
way
that
we
game, but
lost
I
that,
decided not to.
yeah,
Why
the way we lost
why
that
cut
game.
short your meditation camp? अच्छा खासा peace
No,
चल रहा
I was out of meditation at that time. I could have watched that, but I said no, yeah, no.
है. सही है.
So the thing is that the way we have considered, I mean, I was so frustrated with Ten Hag, the setup, the substitution. I mean, I can talk about all the technicalities. If you would have asked me immediately after the game, now I am not in a position anymore. So I am just going to blurt out all the other things like, the kind of games that we've lost against all the Champions League teams, Copenhagen, call it Galatasaray. I mean, I don't understand this, Eric Ten Hag fetish about, starting Anthony. Every first chance that he gets to start Anthony, he starts. I mean,
You justify the money.
I'll tell you the Man United fan pages or the Man United statisticians, right? They will also find drive the PR and the media attention in such a way that after we won a game, they wrote a post saying that best defensive winger. भाई defensive winger? मतलब तुम कुछ भी करके उसको ऐसे लाइमलाइट में देखो भाई.
The best attacking right back
Anthony
को रखना
is
है
currently the
Alexander
worst
Arnold.
player in the league. Probably also, if you compare the championship,
Dude,
और
man.
ऐसा ड्राइव करते हैं पीआर कि यूनाइटेड का जब टीम शीट आता है उसमें एंथनी का फोटो लगा हुआ आता है.
ओ
हमारा
भाई,
खून वहीं जल जाता है.
कैप्टन कौन है भाई तुम्हारा?
ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस कैप्टन है भाई. तुम मैनेजर का फोटो लगा दो. एंड ऑफ ऑल द पीपल दैट यू कैड पोस्टेड, तुम माइनू का लगा दो यार. एकेडमी
Dude,
लैड.
that's what happens when you pay like 90 million or something for a player.
No, but
एग्जैक्टली
उसे
एग्जैक्टली.
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में लिखा होगा भाई कहीं ना कहीं पे.
मतलब
but I'm thinking you have a really good, decent player in Amad Diallo. In
Ahmad
the
played last game actually.
yeah,
Ahmad played because
yeah.
Anthony again
अरे
he
वो
started
वनवास में
Anthony.
था रे,
He
अभी
was shit
आया
again.
वो.
He was shit again, and then he started Ahmad ahead of Pelistri because he had this inverted winger shit and all that. So he played Ahmad because he was left-footed. And Ahmad in the space of 15-20 minutes proved more than what Anthony has done in 2 seasons. And वो इंजरी से वापस आ रहा था. ठीक है, इंजरी से वापस आ रहा था. उसको खरीदा था. वो वंडर किड टाइप का है. He is not physically ready, but his
Hmm.
He
touches
was
are also
actually
neat and all
he
that.
was actually the one Borussia Dortmund was looking forward to if they sell Sancho that year to United. So he
Correct,
was a
correct.
backup to Sancho for Borussia Dortment.
तुमने
United
दोनों
then
ले
said
लिए.
ठीक है, ग्लोरीफाई
नहीं
करने की
नहीं
जरूरत नहीं
हमने
है.
पहले अहमद को
बहुत
लिया.
अच्छा साइनिंग किया है
सैंचो
हमने.
तो ले नहीं
ठीक है,
सकते, हम अहमद ले लेते.
ग्लोरिफिकेशन बंद करते भाई.
क्योंकि डॉर्टमंड ने स्काउट कर रखा है, हमारा काम
ओ
हो गया, हम अहमद
भाई.
को ले
बस
लेंगे.
बस ये
फिर
पता है.
अगले साल ज्यादा.
ये सब चाइल्डिश यूनाइटेड फैंस की हरकतें हैं. ठीक है.
Speaking of which, rumors are there that Borussia Dortmund is about to loan back, take
Yeah,
Jadon
Sancho.
Sancho on loan.
Ah,
Yeah,
That
and
is
they are
incoming.
going and they are going to pay only half of his salary because उतना ही औकात
Hey,
है. और
no, no,
यूनाइटेड
no,
फिर
no,
भी
no,
आधा
no.
सैलरी
United
देगा
are going to
उसको.
pay 70% of his salary
हाँ हाँ
Oh,
70%,
nice.
because
very good.
that's the United philosophy. We pay money.
United
पैसा
money.
है रे.
It is still better than paying 100% and not playing him than 70%.
No, that has also happened. United once sent Nani to Sporting and paid his wages.
पैसा है रे.
स्पोर्टिंग में फ्री में खेला वो. हमने पैसा दिया, तू जाके खेल.
भाई ये मस्त चीज है
सोच भी
पता
नहीं
है.
सकता. तू सोच
यूनाइटेड
भी
इज
नहीं
लाइक
सकता
कि
हमारे
बहुत
पास
पैसा है
कितना
हमारे पास.
पैसा है टू बर्न. बिकॉज हम ओनर को डिविडेंड देते. वो ओनर खुद से पैसा नहीं डाले.
हाँ
थ्रूआउट द
हाँ.
10 years उन्होंने खुद से पैसा नहीं. सिटी के ओनर्स पैसा डालते हैं, चेल्सी के ओनर्स पैसा डालते हैं. इन्होंने खुद का पैसा नहीं डाला, डिविडेंड्स भी लिया, और फिर भी हम 100 मिलियन एंथनी के लिए उड़ा रहे हैं. मतलब सोच पा रहे कितना पैसा है. ऑयल
मानना
क्लब
पड़ेगा
नहीं
भाई.
होगे तो तो
ये तो
सोच.
मानना पड़ेगा
आगे
भाई.
लगा देते ना उससे अच्छा.
नहीं
That
पता
would have been
है.
better.
I have a question by the way.
यार मैंने United.
कि
So-
say for this year United like last season obviously you guys finished what, second, and you had high hopes obviously this year. Ten Hag was supposed. Oh, third, yes, third, yeah. Anyway, top four. So, and obviously, it was, everybody was saying that it is way up, and then he got the signings and all that, and this year was supposed to be better. So, even if it's not better, let's just say, it cannot be worse at least. He cannot be out of top four.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about. You finished the question, or you can.
No. My question is that, say, your team is still there, is injured, but is still there. Okay, and your team, some people are going to go come back obviously in 3-4 games, and you're going to have a good squad, and you're not exactly very away from the top four. You're still there, lingering around. Okay, I think 4 or 5 points of the top four. That's not bad, but let's just say you guys don't finish top four this time. What is the expectation? Like what is going to be the reaction? What are you guys expecting in that particular situation? And what is going to be the
United is 9 points of the top.
9 points of the top four? Okay.
So that's a lot of points, but I'll tell you one thing. The problem with Ten Hag is that he is, like many managers, he's rigid about a couple of players in certain positions, right?
Okay.
And it is costing him games. Now, against Villa, right, what happened? Højlund was playing. So he put Rashford in his favorable left wing position. He moved Garnacho to the right wing, and it did wonders.
Okay.
Garnacho scored 2 goals.
Okay.
But as a United fan, what everyone expects कि भाई same formation और same player के साथ you will start the Forest game, right?
Okay.
Play the
What
winning
happened?
combination.
Højlund got injured. मतलब
Ah.
all season that has been happening. He's been unable to form a pattern.
Mhm.
all of us know that कोई भी manager, if they find a winning formula, if they find a winning
They'll stick to it.
tactic, they
Hmm.
want to continue that for at least 2-3.
True.
Again,
True.
what happened is he was unable to continue. So
Okay.
that attacking pattern or whatever training that they received in those 2 weeks is gone. Now,
Yes.
sab Bhagwan bharosa again. So because of Hoyland's absence, what happens? Ten Hag again found a reason to start Anthony. So
Ah.
Anthony takes up the right wing position where Garnacho played. Now what
Hmm.
happens? Hoyland is absent. So Rashford played as a striker. Very
Yes.
shit. Very shit. So
Okay.
what eventually happened is everyone started that Forest game in unfavorable positions.
Hmm.
Okay. So but I would still say that there was no reason, no excuses for Ten Hag to be losing that game.
Yeah.
No excuses, zero
Yeah.
excuses. No injury, no shit, nothing. I'm so agitated remembering that game because I'm not going to be sitting here and giving excuses about injuries because you do not lose to Forest at any cost. I mean, हारना छोड़ो, you should not even be drawing that game. The way we played, we actually played well, but
Mhm.
because of a couple of decisions and substitutions, he let go of that midfield balance. He actually discredited Forest. He thought that
Mhm.
maybe Forest will sit back and not attack. But
Mhm.
Nuno, I have to give credit to Nuno as well. He just sensed the weakness of United.
Mhm.
As
Mhm.
soon as Menu was taken off, he
Mhm.
sensed that McTominay is going to attack. So there is a hole in midfield.
Mhm.
It is very well documented across teams across Europe that United suffer in the midfield because they have seen the Champions League games. We have
Right.
suffered there because of the absence of midfield.
Mhm.
Because Menu was also injured, right?
Mhm.
Now you have Menu and you take him off and you think that you'll push ahead with McTominay and you will score a goal. That did not
Mhm.
happen. They battered us with a goal. Okay. And we came back.
Mhm.
The goalkeeper did a mistake and Rashford equalized.
Okay.
Inside 17 seconds, we considered the second goal.
Oh
17
wow.
seconds.
Oh wow.
I was just checking my phone, watching the TV again, and we conceded. And the second goal that we conceded was the exact replica of the first goal.
Wow.
Exact fashion. Now, these recurring problems, if the coach can't address, then
Mm.
what good are you?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
after the game, he said, we have a lot of injuries, the same old stuff. He gets away with murder because of his accent. He doesn't know the language.
Mm.
Okay. So he just does a, ooh, ah, we will fix everything. So what he's been saying a lot in the press conference because of the heat he is receiving is that ki bhai, once we will get most of our players in January, then we will be at a good level. That's what he's
Mm.
been saying. Okay. Now, what that does is if you say these things continuously, it sends out a message to the squad that you don't have that enough confidence on the rest of
Yes.
the squad.
Exactly. Exactly.
How are you
Yes.
going to keep all of them happy?
True.
So there's this thing with Ten Hag is that he's very rigid about कि ये मेरे core players हैं and I am
Mm.
going to be able to deliver results with this set of players. And he is also very rigid and intricate about positions as well. कि मेरे को ये यहीं पे चाहिए, मेरे को लेफ्ट फुटेड सेंटर बैक मतलब लेफ्ट फुटेड सेंटर बैक. इन कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू दैट आई वाज लिसनिंग टू एंज. मुझे लगता है एंज और ईटीएच को अगर ऐसे अक्रॉस द टेबल बैठा देंगे ना, दोनों एक दूसरे को मार के खा जाएंगे, कच्चा चबा जाएंगे. मतलब यहाँ टेनाक बोलता है मेरे को लेफ्ट फुटेड वाला चाहिए, वहां एंज को पूछा गया कि वुड यू प्रिफर ए लेफ्ट साइडेड सेंटर बैक और राइट फुटेड. I don't care about left footed, right footed, as long as it's the right one. So it's a straight slap on ETH's face. तो
अपना देखो, सिंपल है, बेगर्स कांट बी चूजर्स वाला फंडा है जो लिपि दत्ता
हाँ,
कहते हैं.
beggars.
पहले डिफेंडर तो दो.
एक डिफेंडर वो पिक भाई समर विंडो से मांग रहा है, अभी तक नहीं दिया उसको. हाँ, but
So, yeah,
again,
that's about
wait,
United. But,
I want to build on my point that I mentioned earlier, that these are the situations where you are seeing your manager is finding solutions, your manager is making decisions that are helping your team, that you can see that it's in a positive direction, that makes sure that you want to run with this manager for longer to see what he can deliver. And
Correct.
with those many, and matlab, I personally do not believe that the team that you have for the Forest match, whatever injuries you have, it's a very good team that he played. It
Correct.
has many of his core players and a pretty more than decent team. I believe half
Correct.
the season
I
you have
agree.
been
Yeah.
playing with a much more lesser team, but right
Yeah.
now you have players coming from the injury, and now this is a pretty decent team that is being played. So even with this team, if it is if ETH is not finding any solution, so is there a possibility where you might want to find a solution away from ETH because maybe
Okay.
it's
Difficult topic, right?
And also, by the way,
Yeah.
because you did not conclude my question as well. What if you don't make top four? What happens then?
No,
On
that's the thing, right? As we are speaking, uh, there's an important bit which we all did not talk about, which is the latest news is that SGR has taken over. It's official and confirmed, right? The takeover. So the news is that he is going to take over the entire football operations. He's going to have total liberty to change everything on the pitch, starting from the transfers, the structure, and everything, which we as United fans have been crying out for. Two acquisitions are confirmed. Jean Blanc, that guy who is going to be the CEO, and David Brailsford. Sir Dave Brailsford is going to be uh, I guess he's going to be the director of football operations or something. We are going to have two footballing people. So what happens is that the core staff, which is coming with SGR, met with Eric Ten Hag and his representatives. Now, what were the discussions? Obviously, we are all waiting to hear back what are the latest news out of that discussion. But I'm pretty sure the discussions would be around results have not been at par. And Ten Hag would have obviously responded. He's hinging on to that particular point that when I have my players back, he's going to deliver. The real pressure is going to come if he is not able to secure top four after the players come back in January.
exactly.
And there are chances we can still finish top four if we have a good 7-8 games of a good run. It's a volatile season, as we all know. So we can have a good string of results. We have very good players, and I agree that हम अच्छा खेलेंगे भी, ठीक है. But उतने प्रेशर में उतना मतलब you also have to think Martinez is also coming after 3-4 months of injury. Casemiro is coming after one. How they come back, how they perform. फिर हम लोग एक दूसरा एक्सक्यूज लेकर आएंगे. Oh, he's coming, he's not match fit or match sharpness is not there. So all this now, the air of negativity is such that around Ten Hag is such that there are going to be no more excuses about match sharpness and all. Once the players come back, he has to deliver results. If
And
not,
because you don't have any other matches also, no? You have a lighter.
yeah, exactly. That works in his favor. That puts more
Exactly.
pressure on him, right?
Exactly.
So what happens? Only the FA Cup is there, whatever. But only two competitions. One is the Premier League and this. There are basically no excuses after January for him, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the other thing is that if he doesn't, I guess, if he doesn't deliver top four, the management of SJR will already be planning about who the next managerial candidate can be, because that's what these football people do. That's what they will be tasked to do. They will consider all eventualities and all factors that ये scenario हुआ तो हमको ये मैनेजर लेके आना है और ये प्लेयर्स को साइन करना है टू प्ले अ सर्टन वे. सो एक नया जब आता है फुटबॉल ऑपरेशंस कोई लेता है, दे ऑलवेज वांट टू impose their ideas and plans, and the first opportunity that they get to remove Ten Hag, I guess they will. मेरा ओपिनियन थोड़ा अलग है than Manish. When they feel things are not working, they will not wait for Ten Hag to make us suffer for 2-3 more years. They won't. My opinion here is a little different. He will have stiff targets to finish top four this season with because he has spent 400 million, and SJR will be well aware of that. He has burned through 400 million pound of cash. So they will be aware of that, and they are not going to be, all like the
Apologetic
Glazers. हाँ
about it.
पैसा उड़ा दिया, चैंपियंस लीग हो गया. They're coming on with a mission कि भाई टॉप फोर फिनिश करना है, and then we have to progress. My opinion is that.
Anyway, we have also
Makes sense.
established the fact that with a club like United, the expectations are more, and any manager that comes, if you are allowing him to have couple of seasons with 1 or 2 seasons with no Champions League, then it just it's a contradictory fact that at United we want
Correct. 100%.
has
No,
to
no.
do.
Even if we don't finish top four, I don't think like I believe like they'll not sack Ten Hag because there are various factors they have to consider. Because like when you bring in a new manager after sacking him, then you have to allocate budget for him as well. Like there is not going to be a manager who is going to come and say, हाँ जो players है ठीक है मैं उससे चला लूंगा काम. No, he would want his own players and own set of philosophy, and he would want to replace some of the players. And United as a United doesn't do good business in transfers. Like if it was Chelsea, they will say, okay, there are 5 players. We'll target to sell these guys. We'll get the money and then we'll buy new players. And they do it perfectly. Chelsea guys, they do it perfectly. Like हाँ वो जो भी player है उसको बेचो, they get the money, they buy. United में ऐसा होता ही नहीं है. When we go on to sell our players, nobody takes our
मतलब
players.
Chelsea during their worst times are also good sellers and good buyers.
Yes, they do it. They were in net profit even after buying so many
वो अच्छे
players
प्लेयर्स खरीदते
last
हैं
to
फिर
last
खराब
season.
कर देते हैं, वो बात अलग है.
वो
Whatever,
बात अलग है. हाँ
but
वो
they are
बात
able
अलग
to
है.
sell. But they are
हम
able
क्या
to sell
करते
well,
हैं?
na.
हम
We are not
क्या
able to
करते
do
हैं?
that. What I think is like even if top four is not achieved, they will like
Correct.
back the manager, and they'll not spend so much, but they'll like to remove some players, get some money, and then spend. And then the season starts again. And the next season which is given, in that season something goes wrong, then they'll sack. And it can be in the November or in December or something. They'll not wait till the like
They'll
water
not wait.
goes out.
Processes will be
Yeah,
streamlined.
because they know that now we are giving the last chance to this manager, and if the things go south, we have a backup ready. And in that time they'll have a backup. Might be interim or might be something like that, and they'll plan for that. But right
I have
now,
a very about new managers. I have already have a couple of names in my mind. My first preference would be Thomas Frank, who is the current Brentford manager. Second again, it's a risky choice, but
He's
Ruben Amorim will also be a good manager.
see, these kinds of fancy names don't work at United. One of them was Ten Hag, who was very
That's
good at
what.
character and very good
maybe
with trophies. But he, even if he didn't work, Thomas Frank and all that, they'll not even stand in for two
maybe
seasons.
That's
Deserbi
why I said
is
Thomas
also
Frank.
a good
No,
shout.
not
He has the
even
personality.
Deserbi. No.
I'm just thinking
Whatever
this thing,
personality it is, United is such a stature of a club, then it doesn't work out. For United, if at all you are going to bring in a new manager, it has to be someone like Zidane, someone like Luis Enrique, someone like Jose
Conte,
Mourinho,
Zidane तो नहीं.
Antonio
someone of
Conte.
those kind. Not even Conte, because again we had a chance to sign Conte, but then it goes against the philosophy of this and that.
The
They
current
say
philosophy. The
the current
current.
philosophy. No, United as a club also has a philosophy. People keep forgetting that. We like it has to be taken next. And the new owners come in, they have footballing minds. They will use that for footballing minds. No. So what is the philosophy of the club? They'll have to look at it. They are not the Glazers who don't think. So
But
in
yeah,
that
one
aspect,
good benefit is that SJR watches United's games. Obviously, as a United fans, he would be as frustrated as all of us. I am hoping that's the biggest factor because in the entire Premier League, 20 teams are there. No team is actually owned by a fan. So, I mean, we all agree he's a businessman. Let's not get away from that fact. वो पैसा बनाने के लिए आया है, ठीक है. अगर उसको यहाँ प्रॉफिट नहीं दिखता वो नहीं खरीदता 100%. बट अगर 1% इज अ फैक्टर दैट हिम बीइंग अ फैन, ओनर ऑफ अ क्लब, आई विल टेक दैट, इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. ग्लेजर्स ने इतना चूसा है, तो अगर एक यूनाइटेड फैन आके अगर ओनर बनता है 1% के लिए भी, तो आई एम टेकिंग इट विथ बोथ माई हैंड्स. एवरी यूनाइटेड फैन विल. तो एटलीस्ट उसके दिमाग में आएगा यार यूनाइटेड को अगर मैं टॉप पे पहुंचा के अगर मैं मरेगा, तो वो सर के बाद सर प्लस प्लस लग जाएगा आराम से. मतलब उसको तो कोई ना
If
के
you do
वो करेगा.
business with your passion, it is anyway better.
Let's say Abramovich used to like Chelsea quite a lot, right? It was his pet project in a sense. I mean,
Correct.
maybe not. I'm not sure if he was a fan or not, but he treated Chelsea like his own club. I mean, the way he spent.
That is true.
and
Also,
there
there's
was
another
no
way of looking
financial
at
fair
it.
play at that time. Yeah.
No, but there's another way of looking at it. When you have so much money and you're at that age, for you it's monopoly, bro. कि कैसे जीतूं मैं, उनके लिए वो मोनोपोली है। तू समझ रहा है? When you have that kind of money, but there are
Yeah.
certain like this guy, as he's saying, he's a fan. If he's a fan, तो eventually he'll be like, ठीक है, पैसा तो बनना चाहिए, but we should be winning as well. You have
True.
to
Brilliantly
understand,
said.
if he's
Brilliant.
watching every game, right? Every game, if he's watching, he's investing time. And ऐसे मतलब, for someone who is so loaded, his time is a lot worth quite a bit. So when I look at from that lens, I can see why he's like, हाँ मतलब फैन है, मैच देख रहा है, फर्क पड़ेगा.
नहीं,
True, true.
but एक चीज
Anybody
बताना,
investing that
anecdote
much
I
time,
will
you know.
share.
हाँ.
That is to be seen. I still
नहीं, एक चीज बताना है, जनरली जब एक ओनर आता है, एक स्टेटमेंट आता है जो कि क्लब का स्टेटमेंट होता है, राइट? बट वन, call it a touch of class or whatever, he also addressed the MUST, which is the Manchester United Supporters Trust. Okay, he wrote a separate statement reaching out to them separately as a fan.
Nice.
I
That's
mean,
nice.
you can read that and you will feel ये ChatGPT में तो मिल जाएगा आराम से अगर तू फ्रेम करेगा तो. वो ये आजकल की दुनिया में वो भी सोचना पड़ता है, इज इट AI जनरेटेड तो बस रियल है कि नहीं. But yeah, I mean, that was a touch of class, at least reaching out to them separately, because that is not the tradition or something. You take over and then that
Yeah.
was very well
That's
written,
good,
and
actually. That's
they
good.
said that we take this responsibility very seriously to put Manchester United back to where they belong. So coming from a United fan, I will take that.
Yeah.
देखो, ये तो एस्टेब्लिश कर दिया, पैसे तो बहुत है, तो आर यू स्टिल अंडर FFP's गाइडलाइंस टू स्पेंड दिस जनवरी?
No, we can't, right? We can't. We have to loan
ऑलरेडी
out.
तुम पे फाइन पड़ा था ना इसी सीजन?
अरे 50,000 पाउंड, वो तो हम ऐसे ही
चिल्ला है भाई, वो
you
चिल्ला
were
है.
on that layer कि
उतना तो
भाई
मार्शियल
just
हफ्ते में कमा
breach
लेते
कर दिया था. हम कुछ
और
नहीं
हाइड नहीं
बेचो
कर रहे थे
तो
सिटी जैसे.
नहीं, I'm just saying that means that you are we are like near to the line.
Yeah.
तो इस बार जनवरी I think you're going for Todibo is what I heard. So is
No,
it?
we will. With the discussions are that Werner might come on loan. That is the news.
Timo Werner?
Timo Werner.
अच्छा, वो चेल्सी ने बर्बाद किया जिसको.
हाँ, क्योंकि वो लिपजिग में अच्छा कर रहा है तो maybe
वापस अच्छा हो गया ना वो.
वापस लाएंगे फिर खराब
भाई
करेंगे.
जब तक
अबे
कोई
कुछ
डच
नहीं,
प्लेयर या
फ्रिम्पोंग
आईएक्स
आएगा,
प्लेयर नहीं
फ्रिम्पोंग.
आ रहा है, I guess it is refreshing for me.
AX में कुछ स्ट्राइकर नहीं है क्या अभी रिसेंटली?
नहीं, तू मत बोल भाई, तू नाम ही
ब्लॉबरी
भाई ले आएगा.
नहीं, अभी नहीं लेके आएगा ना, because Ajax also are in actually a very shit place right now.
Yeah.
थोड़ा है ना
The Ten Hag and Van der Sar left, right? They're in a pretty. Mark Overmars also left because of the allegations.
इनका
So
सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट ये वो भाई चोदी बहुत रहता है.
Arsenal का player था, if I recall.
मार्को ओवरमार्स, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a Arsenal player
Born and bred.
Barcelona player as well.
Yeah, he was a great player, but yeah, I mean, उसका कुछ
अब है
था.
तो
Then
भाई.
Van der Sar also
they
left.
are looking for the center back right now. Todibo, maybe you want to
Not sure. We might bring
नहीं
someone
भाई.
on loan. We cannot sign anyone.
Varane वगैरह बेचोगे क्या?
I don't know, man.
सऊदी वाउदी बेच तो मैं.
वरान
हो गया भाई सऊदी का.
चल चल
हमसे
चल.
कोई नहीं लेता रे.
कोई
मतलब
नहीं,
नाम इतना बदनाम है ना मार्केट में कि यूनाइटेड का प्लेयर को अगर टच करोगे, उनको बेचोगे तो 100 मिलियन के नीचे बात मत करो, उनसे लोगे तो 15 मिलियन के नीचे ऊपर मत जाओ. तो ऐसा सीन हो गया है कि मतलब यहाँ आते हैं प्लेयर बर्बाद होने के लिए. और नो, दैट एक्चुअली डज प्ले अ रोल इन द मार्केट, द सेंटिमेंट्स. तुम वो 10-15 मिलियन ऊपर नीचे इसकी वजह से भी होता है. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's about all the roundup of the couple of weeks that we've had, and discussions about what every club are going through, what are their January transfer plans, who they want to bring, who wants the manager to be sacked, and of course the United takeover news. So watch this space. Obviously, we'll come the international break, we'll discuss at length about individual teams, how Man City, Chelsea are doing. So yeah.
If your team is doing good, I can plan you a vacation, and if it is doing bad, Manish can guide you towards meditation. Contact us on the comments.
That's good, yeah.